So in a few of my other videos, some of you have noticed my fish tank and have left me some nice comments about it. But today we're gonna talk a little bit about it. So this is my 55-gallon aquarium that is a little green, and today I'm going to show you how to fix green aquarium water. Now, in order to correct a situation such as this, we first need to understand what it is. So green water is caused by millions of tiny particles of algae called phytoplankton floating within your water column. When their numbers are low, you'll kind of notice a light green or a hazy look to your water, and that's the best time to actually fix things before they get like this, because when they get this bad, correcting it is a little tougher. Now, another commonly asked question is green water bad for your aquarium fish? And for the most part, no. The green algae itself in your water is not going to harm your fish. I mean, look at them, they don't really care. And for your aquarium plants, they don't care either. These are fake. I guess the moss up there is real, but it doesn't care either. I mean, for the most part, green algae is safe for your fish and plants, but it just looks... So what causes this? Well, for the most part, light is a big contributor to green water. Since phytoplankton is a plant, and we all know plants love light, if you have really strong aquarium lights, like mine are probably a little too strong, or you're close to a window, like I'm close to a window, a lot of things going on here, that's going to contribute to how severe or how often you're going to have to battle these algae blooms if you keep your water parameters not so tidy. Now, a second thing that, triggers green water is a nutrient imbalance in your water column. So if your water parameters aren't so top-notch, like so, your nitrates and phosphates are the biggest leading causes for green water, and as your nitrates and phosphates go up, the chance that you're going to get some green water, or how severe your green water is going to be, or the algae bloom that you're going to experience also goes up. And while the green water itself is not bad for your fish, phosphates and nitrates as they go up, they can be bad. And last but not least is bad maintenance. So bad maintenance, things like not doing enough water changes, not doing big enough water changes, not monitoring your parameters, not removing fish waste, uneaten food, all that kind of maintenance stuff that sucks to do when you have a fish tank, that's all going to contribute to ending up with something like this. Cleaning your filter media, stuff that you're supposed to do, but we all, don't really like doing. Well, when you don't, you got that. So knowing all that, what has caused the current predicament that I find myself in? Well, I assume that because of my lax view on water changes lately, and the fact I think I've been overfeeding my fish has caused my phosphate levels to spike. And because phytoplankton loves phosphate, as those went up, the chances of me getting a algae bloom went up, and boom, winner, got one. I do have a kit to monitor my water parameters, and my nitrites and nitrates are low. I don't have anything to measure phosphates, so I'm assuming since those are low, my phosphates must be high. And then you get this. But it is what it is, and now we're here. So how do we get rid of it? So there's a few things you can use to help clean up your aquarium water. One of those being something like this, an algae eliminator, or some chemicals that are used to combat, the algae. Basically what this is going to do is kill the algae, allow it to clump up, and then be filtered out by your filter. I'm not really a big fan of using chemicals because they can be rough on your fish, and if you have real plants, I guess those aren't real, but like that moss, it could kill those as well. So chemicals are not always the best choice. Something else you can use is a UV filter. Now I actually have one. You can't see it, but it's in there. The problem with that thing though is that's from an old tank. I used to have a 30-gallon. This is now a 55, so it's not really big enough to clean out a tank that's this heavily infected with green water. It's more just in there in the background running because it's not hurting anything. I had it, threw it in there. It can help try to kill anything that forms, but when it gets to this level, it doesn't have the volume to turn over enough water to clear it all out. But I've used those in the before, like on a properly sized tank. That's a great option. It helps keep your algae from getting out of control by killing it and allowing your filter to clean it out. But as you can see, this is not going to cut it right now. And one of the most effective ways, especially when you got something like this, is just to do a massive water change. I'm going to do a combination of a little bit of everything. I'm going to leave my UV filter in there. I'm going to add a little bit of the algae eliminator chemical, just a little bit, and I'm going to do a massive water change in order to pull out all the uneaten food, all the fish waste, a lot of the a lot of the algae that's already floating in the water column. We're going to remove it, put some new water in there with some new. We're going to remove it, put some brand new water in there, some stabilizers, some chemicals, And we're just going to cycle it, and it should clear up just fine in the next few days as long as we manage our parameters better than I did before and not overfeed your fishies. So one thing you can do to make your life easier and not run into this is make your water chains easier. And that's what I did to help me out, since, as you can see, wasn't really up to snuff on this. You can get one of these. This is a Python no spill and fill kit. Hooks onto your faucet, and basically you can empty your aquarium and fill it with the same hose. Previously I was using a bucket, 1 by 1. It kind of sucks, and then you end up not wanting to do it, and then you end up with, well, we know this. So to install this Python no spill kit, first you remove the screen from your faucet. This little adapter comes in the Python kit that goes where the screen was. Onto that, you're going to attach the siphon itself. Once you have it installed, that's going to be drain. Move that over, and that's going to be fill. Easy as that. Let's get working. There you go. Instant results, right? Yeah. Well, in order to make sure that we actually solved our problem rather than just change a bunch of water and like, hey, it's fixed, we need to let it run for a couple days and make sure the water actually clears up. It's still a little cloudy right now. So we're going to let it sit for a few days, cycle for a while, make sure that we actually got rid of all the algae, and the algae that's still in there is going to be killed and filtered out. So in a couple days, we should know if we got it right, or it'll flare back up and it'll be green again. So let's jump ahead a couple days and see what's going on. And we're back. So now today is Friday, so we did the water change on Wednesday, so it's been a couple days and everything's looking good. The green hasn't came back, none of our fish have died, and the moss that I have growing on this tree is all a-okay. And that's the big thing to note if you're going to be using chemicals, that you want to make sure you read the instructions on the bottle and make sure that you dose your aquarium based on its size appropriately. You don't want to kill any fish or plants, so make sure you always shoot to what it says or a little bit under if you're going to go the chemical route. And if maintenance is one of the big things that's causing you to end up with green water, then I would recommend picking up one of those Python no spill kits that I showed using. It'll make your water changers easier, and then you more likely to do it. So I'll leave that down below. I picked mine up on Amazon. It was the 50-foot model. They come in, I think, 25-foot as well, and also 100. So based on how far away your bathroom is, you can find the model that suits your needs. But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you didn't, well, I apologize. Make sure to get subscribed, and we'll see you in a future video. Oh. Cooper, do you approve?